Hello there everyone. Today I want to show you how to make this heart patterned round Kumihimo braid. And this is what it looks like. So you have your base colour, which in my case I've chosen to make black, and then your heart's going all the way around your braid. So I'm going to show you how to do this, and if you want to learn how to finish off your Kumihimo ends, I have a video on that, and I'll link that in the description box. Otherwise, if you want to learn how to do this, then keep watching. And here are the things that you're going to need. For this braid, we're going to need to use the round Kumihimo disc because we're making a round braid, and then you'll need whatever cord that you want to use. In my case, I'm using some 1mm satin cord, and it's just in a black and a red colour. Obviously the hearts are going to be red, and then the black is like the background colour. But you can actually choose whatever colours you want and even whatever type of cord as well. It doesn't have to be this specific one. So get your things together and then let's get started. So now the first thing that we need to do in order to start making the braid is we need to get all our cords ready. So we need to cut them all to the length that we need them to be. Now if you want to make a bracelet, usually the guideline is to wrap the cord around your wrist 3 times and then roughly use that length. So basically that means about 3 times the length that you want your final piece to be. So that's a rough guideline. And then you'll need 16 lengths in total. And in my case I'm using the red and the black colours like I mentioned. And you'll need 8 pieces of the red and 8 pieces of the black. Or if you're using differently, then just 8 pieces of each colour. And then what you need to do is gather all of them together in one end. So they're roughly about the same length in the same place, and just tie a regular knot to keep them all together. And this is just temporary. And then what we need to do is get out a disc, which looks like this. You can use either side, it doesn't really matter. Some people find this a little bit distracting, all the numbers and text. You can use the back side. It's completely up to you. And then you just need to put your knot through that centre, and then we need to start placing the cords into position. So this is how you want to set up your disc. Now I usually don't really take any notice to the numbers, I just normally go by the dots, just to have a guideline on what are the opposite ones. So you have your cords separated out like this, some black ones in these places and there, and then the red ones that are going to be your hearts. So this is how you want to set up your disc to achieve the heart pattern. And now what we need to do to start making the actual braid is just do like a regular Kumihimo braid. So you want to always work in opposite pairs. So I usually just start from the top and the bottom one. It's just habit. And I'm going to grab the top left one, bring it down above everything else, and place it to the left of the bottom set. Then I'm going to grab the right one from that bottom pair and bring it up and stay on the right side of what was the top pair. So just always think of it as working with opposite pairs. So now I need to turn it to move on to the next pair. So again, opposite pairs, the very next ones. I'll grab the top left one, bring it down over everything else, and stay on the left side of the bottom pair. And take the right cord from that bottom pair, bring it up over, and stay on the right side. And then turn it again to the next pair. Top left one, bring it down, and stay on the left side. And then the right one from that, bring it up, and stay on the right side. And continue like that. Always working with the opposite pairs of each other. So that's a way to try and remember how to do the pattern. Because that's all there is to it really. You then get into a rhythm usually, where you end up not really having to think about what you're doing, as long as you make sure to just work with the opposite pairs. And now you'll see I go from my top left every time and bring that down. And then I take the right one from the bottom and bring that up. That's just the way I do it. You don't have to do it that way. Some people go from the top right, bring it down, or bottom bring it up first. It completely doesn't matter really, as long as you make sure to do the same thing throughout the whole braid. It's just kind of what comes natural to you. You'll get the same result, just as long as you make sure you can stay consistent throughout the whole braid. Then it'll be fine. And you just keep working your way around. And it's the same thing with turning your disc as well. There is no specific way you have to turn it. You can turn it the other direction. You just have to make sure you turn it in the same direction throughout the whole braid. But you'll probably find whatever comes natural to you, and that's what you'll probably naturally keep doing without really even thinking about it. So this is the pattern, it's the setup, and this is how we do the braid, and the pattern to achieve the hearts in the braid. And you just continue doing this, and then your braid will grow on the other side of the disc. And once you get into the rhythm, it starts growing fairly quickly. So I've now continued braiding for a while, and a little tip is when you do your Kumihimo braids, is you bring one down, because I've just turned it to make the next set. Say if you need to have a break for some reason, someone's at the door or whatever, and you need to put it down. If you just put it down like this and you come back to it, it can be a little bit difficult to figure out where was it I was, when do I need to start from. So a little tip can be, you just start one pair. So this is my next opposite pairs I'm working with. I bring it down, and then you have 3 at the bottom, 1 at the top, and then you leave it like this. So you put it down, do whatever you need to do, you come back, and then you know you're in the middle of the pair where you have 3 at the bottom and 1 at the top. And because I know the way I work, I know the next one is my bottom one needs to go up. And then you just continue. So that can just help you to not get lost if you need to just have a little break. But then you continue braiding for a while, and then on the back side you'll find your braid coming out with your hats on. So that's all there is to it. That's how you do the hat braid in a round Kumihimo braid. And you just continue obviously till you finished it, the length you want it to be, or till you finished off using your cords. So I hope you enjoyed that, and thank you very much for watching. Hello there everyone. Today I want to show you how to do this flat hat Kumihimo braid. And this is what it looks like. And this is where you have your hats running down on this side. The other side looks like this. You can obviously use that if you want to. Now this is also known as a half round or half flat braid. The reason for that is this side, which I'll call the back side, is quite flat, but then this side is slightly domed.